I think this is a great opportunity for the Chiefs. I'm not even thinking about if they happen to lose to them. If you beat the Ravens and the Bengals.
Of competition early because you get to see what your team is really made of, right? And I guess for the Chiefs, we don't have to figure that out because we know what they're made of.
There is a lot of drama because of some comments that Jana Kramer made on her Wind Down podcast earlier this week.
And Taylor helped. He's a star in his own right, but Taylor certainly helped.
She is his agent, for sure.
Absolutely.
So NFL star Rashi Rice turned himself into police. He is charged in that multi-vehicle crash.
Chiefs' tough season opener. Last season was a whirlwind for the Chiefs. They faced adversity, battled through injuries, and endured their fair share of ups and downs. But despite the challenges, they managed to punch their ticket to the playoffs and ultimately hoisted the Lombardi Trophy in Super Bowl glory. Now, fast forward to the present. The Chiefs are gearing up for a brand new season, one that promises to be just as thrilling as the last. But instead of easing into their title defense with a couple of cushy matchups, they're diving headfirst into the deep end. Their first two opponents? None other than the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals, two teams known for their formidable rosters and fierce competitiveness.
Shady, for my money, the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Chiefs are three of the top four teams in the AFC.
This beautiful trophy!
You will see three of the top five quarterbacks in football sharing the field.
Of competition early because you get to see what your team is really made of, right? And I guess for the Chiefs, we don't have to figure that out because we know what they're made of.
Facing off against these top-tier opponents right out of the gate is no easy feat. It's like running a marathon with a sprinter's pace from the get-go. But if there's one thing the Chiefs know how to do, it's rise to the occasion when the pressure is on. They thrive in high-stakes situations, and they're not about to back down from a challenge, no matter how daunting it may seem. So why is this season opener such a big deal? Well, for starters, it sets the tone for the entire season. A strong showing against the Ravens and the Bengals could send a clear message to the rest of the league. The Chiefs are still the team to beat, and they're not about to relinquish their crown without a fight. On the other hand, a stumble out of the gate could raise doubts and questions about their ability to repeat as champions. But let's not dwell on the negatives, shall we? Let's focus on the positives, the electrifying atmosphere of game day, the adrenaline rush of watching your favorite team take the field, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. These are the moments that make football so exhilarating, and there's no shortage of excitement when the Chiefs are involved. So mark your calendars and clear your schedules, because you won't want to miss a single second of the action. The Chiefs versus the Ravens, followed by the Chiefs versus the Bengals. It's going to be a showdown for the ages, and you can bet that the Chiefs will be ready to put on a show for their fans. So grab your jerseys, crank up the volume, and get ready to witness history in the making.
I think this is a great opportunity for the Chiefs. I'm not even thinking about if they happen to lose to them. If you beat the Ravens and the Bengals.
A little too soft in the Week 13 game, gave the checkdowns. They're not going to do that today. On 2nd and 7.
Two teams that we think will be competing towards the end of the year for the top of the
Hopefully.
Trying to bring some pressure. He's got a wide open target, and for the second straight snap.
At the end of the year, when we're talking about who's going to win the AFC, if you beat them both at the beginning of the season.
Mahomes versus Burrow. Get ready for one of the most anticipated quarterback matchups of the season. It's Mahomes versus Burrow in an AFC showdown for the ages. First things first, let's talk about the history between these two gunslingers. Patrick Mahomes, the dynamic leader of the Kansas City Chiefs, and Joe Burrow, the rising star of the Cincinnati Bengals, have crossed paths before, and it's always been must-watch football. Mahomes holds a slight edge in their head-to-head record, but Burrow has proven time and time again that he's more than capable of holding his own against the best in the league. But what makes this matchup even more compelling is Burrow's return from injury. After suffering a wrist injury that sidelined him for much of last season, he's back and hungrier than ever to prove himself on the gridiron. His comeback story adds an extra layer of drama to an already intense rivalry, and you can bet that he'll be looking to make a statement against Mahomes and the Chiefs.
You'll see Mahomes versus Lamar. You'll see Mahomes versus Burrow. Shady, for my money.
Takes away a 19-yard completion. Makes it 1st and 20.
Time for you to explain to me why Mahomes is better than Burrow, because I don't think you can, but be my guest.
Come on, man.
First down. Play action.
Completely different. That first time, I didn't even know how great winning a Super Bowl was.
Now, let's talk about the stakes for both teams in this early season clash. For the Chiefs, a win would solidify their status as Super Bowl contenders and send a message to the rest of the league that they're still the team to beat. But for the Bengals, a victory would be a statement win and a sign that they're ready to compete with the best of the best. With both teams hungry for success, you can expect nothing short of fireworks when they take the field. But let's not forget about the individual stakes for Mahomes and Burrow themselves. Mahomes, already a 3-time Super Bowl champion, is looking to add another trophy to his collection and cement his legacy as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. As for Burrow, he's out to prove that he belongs among the elite and that he has what it takes to lead his team to greatness.
Well, Patrick Mahomes has 2. It's been 3.
Yep.
Joe Burrow's been once. He has 0.
Morning. Good job of maneuvering through traffic and hitting Kelce. Says, hey, I'll come right back to him.
The way we wanted to, but all we were preaching, offense, defense, special team, is let's do something special. Everybody's already counting us out.
Goal line, it's Kelce for the score. Look like confused.
Joe Burrow won. Now, I'm not saying Joe Burrow's a slouch.
Rashi Rice's suspension. First off, let's get into the nitty-gritty of why Rice is sidelined. The guy's facing a suspension due to his involvement in a car accident in Dallas. Word on the street is he was caught street racing, ended up crashing, and injuring a couple of people in the process.
NFL star Rashi Rice turned himself into police. He is charged in that multi-vehicle crash.
Serious bodily injury and 6 counts of collision involving injury for his role in a major crash. Hey, you guys, good morning. Yesterday, Rashi Rice turned himself into the Glen Heights Police Department.
The fact that they filed 8 felony warrants is unusual.
He was then brought here to the DeSoto jail and then released after posting a $40,000 bond.
Not exactly the kind of headline you want to see, especially when you're gearing up for a new season. Now, why does this matter so much? Well, Rice isn't just some bench warmer. He's a key part of the Chiefs' receiving corps. With his speed, agility, and knack for making big plays, he's a valuable asset on the field. Losing him puts a dent in the team's offensive firepower and forces them to rethink their game plan. But fear not, Chiefs fans, there are potential replacements waiting in the wings. Marquise Hollywood Brown could step up and take on a larger role in the offense, using his speed to stretch the field and create mismatches. Then there's Louis Reese-Zammit, who may not have Rice's experience but has shown flashes of potential in his limited playing time. And let's not forget about Travis Kelce, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Isaiah Pacheco, and Kadarius Toney. These guys are more than capable of picking up the slack and keeping the offense rolling. But make no mistake, Rice's absence will be felt. He's a playmaker, a game changer, and losing him creates a void that won't be easy to fill. It's up to the rest of the offense to step up and make plays in his absence, to adapt and overcome whatever challenges come their way.
And that, to me, is a lawyer with 3 decades doing this.
Continuing to cooperate with police. He also says his client acknowledges his actions during the crash. Say the second driver involved is Theodore Knox. He's a football player at SMU.
Message, I would interpret that as DPD is going to take a hardline stance on this.
Yana Kramer's comments. All right, let's dive into the drama surrounding Travis Kelce's response to Jana Kramer's comments about his relationship with pop star girlfriend Taylor Swift. So here's the lowdown. Jana Kramer, known for her time on One Tree Hill, decided to spill some tea on her podcast about Kelce and Swift's relationship. She basically painted Kelce as a party animal and suggested that he might not be the best influence on Swift. Ouch, right?
There is a lot of drama because of some comments that Jana Kramer made on her Wind Down podcast earlier this week.
He won Good Day DC, and he essentially said the same thing about Club Shay Shay and other podcasts like it.
And Jana stuck her foot in her mouth a little bit because she said that she thinks they're not a good fit because Travis Kelce is always drunk.
If I have an issue with you, I'll call you up and talk about it. I don't need an audience of thousands or millions of people.
Sources close to Travis say he has never even met Jana. He thinks she is doing all this to bring attention to her podcast.
But here's the kicker. Kelce had no idea who Kramer was before she decided to put him on blast. Talk about awkward. But instead of getting all riled up, Kelce took the high road and basically brushed off Kramer's comments as nothing more than hot air. He made it clear that he's not about to let someone he's never even met rain on his parade. Now let's talk about the bigger picture here. The media loves to sensationalize celebrity relationships, and Kelce and Swift are no exception. From red carpet appearances to Instagram posts, every little detail gets dissected and analyzed to death. But at the end of the day, they're just 2 people trying to make it work in the crazy world of fame and fortune. Kelce's response to Kramer's comments speaks volumes about his character. Instead of stooping to her level and engaging in a public feud, he chose to rise above it and focus on what really matters, his relationship with Swift. And let's be real, if there's anyone who knows how to handle the spotlight, it's these two. Romantic journey. Let's take a stroll down memory lane and delve into the romantic journey of Travis and Taylor, because trust me, it's a love story worthy of its own ballad. It all started when these two crossed paths at a mutual friend's party. Sparks flew, chemistry sizzled, and before you knew it, they were inseparable. Their relationship blossomed under the bright lights of Hollywood, with paparazzi capturing their every move as they attended red carpet events and high-profile parties together. From cozy dinner dates to glamorous award show appearances, Kelce and Swift quickly became the it couple of the celebrity world. Fans couldn't get enough of their adorable Instagram posts and loved-up selfies, and the media ate it up like candy. But what really set tongues wagging were Swift's songs, which many speculated were inspired by her relationship with Kelce. From heartfelt ballads to catchy pop anthems, every lyric seemed to hint at their love story, though the couple remained tight-lipped about the true meaning behind the music.
See where she likes to pull things from, and just really how she listens to music is very eye-opening to me. So it's been fun.
And Taylor helped. He's a star in his own right, but Taylor certainly helped.
She is his agent for sure.
Absolutely.
She is. She's
You know, any chance that I can, you know, show my support to her, and knowing that she's shown me all the support in the world throughout the season.
That's just my
I think they're just both ready to get married. That's what I think. Like, they're just both at the age, and it's just the time.
Of course, with fame comes scrutiny, and Kelce and Swift's relationship was no exception. The tabloids dissected their every move, speculating about everything from their future plans to their pet names for each other. But through it all, Kelce and Swift remained unfazed, refusing to let the gossip mill dictate their happiness. Instead, they focused on building a solid foundation for their relationship, supporting each other through thick and thin. Whether it was Kelce cheering Swift on from the sidelines at her concerts, or Swift proudly watching Kelce dominate on the football field, these two were the ultimate power couple. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.